Do you struggle with math in the kitchen and get confused with tablespoons, cups, pints, and quarts? In this video, we'll demystify the math of culinary conversions through a tool called dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is an essential skill for anyone cooking at home or on a larger scale, like in the school kitchen. Dimensional analysis may sound fancy, but it's just a tool for setting up a math problem to convert one unit of measurement to another. We'll start with a simple example. A recipe calls for half a tablespoon of cinnamon. How many teaspoons is that? First, we identify our conversion factor. For this problem, we are converting from tablespoons to teaspoons. You might already know that there are 3 teaspoons in 1 tablespoon, or that there are 16 tablespoons in 1 cup. Converting between kitchen measurements will always be faster if you have some of these conversion factors memorized, but you can always refer to a chart like this one to double check. So, our conversion factor is 1 tablespoon equals 3 teaspoons. You can write this as 1 tablespoon over 3 teaspoons, or 3 teaspoons over 1 tablespoon. The first thing we write is half a tablespoon. You can write this as a decimal if you prefer. Now extend that line out to make a sort of grid. Now we'll add our conversion factor. How should we set up the conversion factor? Should the tablespoons be on top and teaspoons on the bottom? Or should the teaspoons be on top and tablespoons on the bottom? When we have a unit of measurement on the top and then on the bottom, they cancel out. We want the tablespoon measurement to cancel out and leave us with teaspoons. Therefore, we put the tablespoon part of the conversion factor on the bottom. Now let's do the math. When we set up the grid, imagine there are multiplication symbols along the vertical line of the grid and parentheses on the outside. We multiply the numbers on top, then multiply the numbers on the bottom. We only have the one number on the bottom part of the grid, which is a 1, and we just bring that number over. 1/2, or 0.5, times 3 is half of 3, or 1.5. Finally, we divide those two numbers or reduce the fraction. Dividing by 1 leaves us with the same answer. The answer to the problem is half a tablespoon of cinnamon equals 1.5 teaspoons. Ready for an example that involves more than one conversion factor? Move on to part 2.